When the sexy beauty meets a monster, her clothes are melted. Everyone takes a good look at this beautiful woman's perfect figure, but one teenager is completely uninterested. In fact, this beautiful woman is the teenager's biological mother. Not long ago, they transmigrated to another world together. The teenager is an ordinary high schooler named Misato. He lives with his mother, Mamako. On this day, he receives a quest of investigating the relationship between mother and child. Mamako is a good mom, but sometimes Misato feels that it is too much, and their intimacy is too extra. Misato wants his privacy back, so he gradually distances himself from Mamako. He doesn't expect that this questionnaire will have magic, which can transmigrate the teenager who has problems with his mother to another world. At first, Misato is very excited, and he is looking forward to adventuring in another world, but then Mamako also comes to another world, which makes Misato feel disappointed. He doesn't want to adventure in another world with his mother. Later, Misato realizes that another world is like an online game, and the ultimate goal of this game is to fix the relationship between some teenagers and their mothers. Once the relationship gets improved, they can choose to leave. Misato and Mamako get strong initial weapons. Misato's weapon is an artifact of the wind attribute, which is good at dealing with enemies in the air. Mamako's weapons are stronger than Misato's. Mamako has a fire attribute, artifact, and a water attribute, artifact, and each of her normal attack is a 2-hit multi-target attack. That is to say, Mamako is able to easily defeat all the monsters in another world. Misato is disappointed because Mamako seems like more of a protagonist than he is. They then go on their adventure. Misato wants to find some adventurers to join his team first, so he chooses 3 beautiful female adventurers: a knight, a thief, and an elfin mage, but Mamako thinks that these adventurers should be interviewed before they could become their teammates. However, Mamako rejects them all, believing that the knights are too violent, that thieves are criminals, and that elves are not humans. Then another transmigrator called Porta, a merchant who is good at collecting items, but can't fight. Mamako loves the lovely Porta and immediately agrees to make her a teammate. In this world, in addition to Misato and Mamako, there are many transmigrators from Earth. Soon after, Misato meets another transmigrator called Wise. Wise wants to be Misato's teammate, but Misato thinks Wise looks cranky and unfit to be a teammate. Misato's guess is confirmed to be correct after he turns Wise down. Wise teleports Misato into the wild after being rejected, but instead of losing control, Wise sits down and chats with Misato for a while. Misato discovers that Wise, despite her temperament, is actually a good person and agrees to let her join the team. Like Misato, Wise transmigrated to another world with her mother, but she hates her mother so much that she goes on her own. Misato's squad then travels to the dungeon for an adventure. After defeating monsters, they are able to gain money and experience. Mamako's attacks are so powerful that she can easily defeat any monster. However, Mamako has not played online games before, so she is inexperienced in combat. Mamako doesn't know how to react at all when the monster attacks her. Misato, on the other hand, is a skilled player who protects Mamako in time, but even so, the monster's attack melts Mamako's clothes. Misato feels so ashamed to see Mamako's hot figure as her son. Mamako then counterattacks and easily defeats the monster. The money they have received allows them to purchase supplies when they return to the city. Mamako has bought a lot of ingredients for making breakfast for the squad members. After eating, they need to go to a nearby village to carry out a special mission, so they go to the equipment store to buy some armor, then they come to the spot. The mission is to stop a crazy female boss for this time. This female boss is known as the Empress, and she is also a powerful transmigrator. The Empress has captured the most handsome men in the village and made them her slaves. After hearing this, Wise feels a bit embarrassed. It turns out that the Empress is Wise's mother. She divorced Wise's father because she is a woman who plays the field. Wise chooses to live with her father, but some time ago, she and her mother entered this world that looks like an online game because of the questionnaire. Wise's mother, with her powerful magic, constantly imprisons the male MCs of this world, making them slaves. Wise can't stand her mother's willfulness, so she goes on an adventure alone. Mamako hugs Wise and comforts her. Wise finally feels maternal love in Mamako that she has never experienced before. That night, Transmigrator's guide points out the location of Empress to the team. Wise feels very humiliated and angry when she sees her mother. Empress uses magic to create magma to defeat his daughter's squad. Wise immediately uses ice magic to cool the magma, but the Empress uses more powerful magic to trap everyone with a special magic prison. Wise accuses Empress of fooling around while the Empress believes that Wise has treated her badly to lead to the current situation. It turns out that when Empress first entered the world, she really wanted to fix her relationship with her daughter, but Wise was cold and refused to communicate with her. Empress then left Wise and began enslaving the male NPCs of this world to satisfy her desires. The Empress even feels remorseful to give birth to Wise, considering that her life would be better without Wise. These words enrage Mamako, who shatters the magic prison and defeats the Empress with the help of Misato. Empress flies into the air to escape, but her magic wings are cut off by Misato. When Empress falls, Wise rushes up to catch her even though they have had a lot of fights before. Wise instinctively protects her mother when danger comes. The Empress is so impressed that she apologizes to Wise and admits her mistake. They make peace with each other and get along well. In fact, by this time, Wise has completed the goal of fixing the mother-child relation, and she can leave another world. She still chooses to stay and continue to participate in adventures with Misato because during this time together, Wise has been falling for Misato. In the following adventure, Mamako constantly kills monsters all by herself with ease. At the end, Misato and the rest gain very little experience and Mamako becomes the only one who levels up so soon. Just then, a new task appears. The mission requires the teenagers of another world to attend a school where they can gain a lot of experience points after a week. Misato thinks it is a good opportunity to catch up with Mamako's level and immediately decides to do the task with the exception of Mamako. The other three members become students at the school. On campus, Misato accidentally knocks down a female classmate named Medi. Medi is very beautiful and Misato falls in love with her at first sight. At this time, Medi's mother appears. She frantically shows off Medi's excellence, looking very vain. When Misato enrolls in school, he learns that there are 4 teenage transmigrators working on this task, he and 2 teammates and Medi. Usually parents are not allowed to enter the classroom, but Medi's mom breaks the rules. Medi's mom is very competitive. She asks Medi to be the top in the school no matter what. To achieve this, she even uses magic to disturb other students. Wise and Porter fall into a coma successively. Misato possesses magic resistance, but after Medi's mother casts several spells, Misato eventually falls asleep. To confront Medi's mom, Mamako also enters the classroom shortly after. Medi's mother's magic is of no use to Mamako since she has a stronger resistance to magic than Misato. Mamako quickly surpasses Medi, much to Medi's mom's anger. The next day, the school launches a new course, cooking class. This course requires students to use their own magic to make food. Porta's ability allows her to make simple foods such as boiled eggs, but Misato and Wise's magic are for attacking, not for making food. Surprisingly, Medi is also only good at combat magic, but she makes a meal that looks incredibly good. That's when Wise discovers the truth. It turns out that Medi's mother uses projection magic to make the food Medi makes look great, but in fact, it's lousy. Mamako then uses magic to make a soup that not only tastes good, but also has the effect of enhancing attributes. The teacher again gives her the highest score. Medi wants to congratulate Mamako, but is stopped by her mother. After Medi lost twice to Mamako, Medi's mother becomes even more angry. The next one is swimming lesson, where students not only need to swim, but also defeat monsters under the water. The more monsters they defeat, the higher their score will be. Both Misato and Medi defeat a large number of monsters, and in the end, there's only one boss left, and whoever defeats the boss will get the highest score. At this time, an accident happens. The monster tries to attack Mamako on the shore. Seeing his mother be in trouble, Misato reaches his full potential to kill the boss and gets the highest score. Medi's mother slaps Medi hard and constantly insults her when she sees the results. Poor Medi is about to collapse since she has been enduring her mother's crazy strictness from an early age. The next day, instead of a new curriculum, the school holds a school festival. At the school festival, each class will organize an event. The theme of this festival is to run restaurants, and whoever runs a restaurant that attracts more guests will achieve a higher score. Mamako is very good at cooking, so the business is good in her restaurant. In order for Medi to win, Medi's mother even makes Medi wear a swimsuit to attract customers. Misato shows up in Medi's restaurant, but gets killed by Medi's mother when she sees him. Of course, in this online game world, transmigrators will be immediately resurrected after they get killed at the expense of losing only a little experience points. Misato has long knew that Medi doesn't want to stop at nothing to get what her mother wants, and she just need be brave enough to tell her mother, but Medi still doesn't have the courage to rebel against her mother.
After once again losing to Mamako in the restaurant's popularity, the next match will be last one. It is a beauty contest, and Medi's mother forces Medi to win. Medi defeats Wise, but then she loses badly to Mamako. Misato takes Medi away, knowing that Medi might be harshly punished. Although they were rivals before, Misato is willing to become good friends with Medi. Medi is so touched, she always wants to make more friends, but being prohibited to do so under her mother's control. That's when Medi's mother appears, and she punishes Medi angrily. Medi can't hold it anymore. She is so fed up with her mother's harsh management to her for vanity. Enraged, Medi transforms into a dragon to fight back against her mother with the strongest magic. In order to prevent Medi's conflict with his mother from deepening, Misato and others immediately step forward to mediate. Mamako is responsible for blocking Medi's mother, and Misato is responsible for blocking Medi. Mamako tells Medi's mother that the ultimate goal of education is for children to live happily and healthily. The education will be a failure if it makes the child suffer and stress out. Even though they achieve everything in first place, Medi's mother realizes that it was her smothering education that puts Medi in agony, so Medi would rather turn herself into an ugly dragon than give in. At this point, Medi has lost her mind. Wise uses wind magic to blow Medi into the mid-air, allowing Misato's weapons to activate additional damage bonus to enemy in the air. Later, Mamako and Misato join forces on attacking Medi, finally defeating her and transform her back into a human form. After this, Medi's mother apologizes to Medi for her wrong education, and Medi eventually forgives her mother. After the school's course, the task is successfully completed. Medi and her mother are qualified to leave this world after they make peace with each other. But in the end, Medi stays while her mother chooses to leave. She wants to join Misato's squad and continue her adventure in this world. Although this mission allows Misato to gain a lot of experience points, Mamako is still one step ahead. Mamako is too strong and she levels up again after defeating a group of monsters. Misato can only look for more missions to get leveled up. Then he discovers that there is a new mission, and if he is the first to climb to the top of a tower, a wish of his can be fulfilled. Misato immediately decides to go to the tower and finish the task ahead of the other transmigrators. Outside the tower, many mothers of those transmigrators beg Misato to help them search for their children in the tower. It seems that their children have gone missing after entering the tower. Misato promises the mothers and then enters the tower. With Mamako's help, Misato easily reaches the middle floor of the tower, where he meets a powerful transmigrator named Amante. Amante comes from a rebel group, recruiting all the transmigrators who hate their mom. They hate their mothers so badly that they'd rather not adventure with their moms. The adventurers who have disappeared in the tower actually joined this rebel group. Amante has heard that Mamako is a strong adventurer, so she is ready to stop Mamako. After learning this information, Misato's squad leaves the tower, intending to buy some equipment before entering the tower to participate in the battle. Soon after, Mamako stays at the house to do housework while the others go out for purchasing. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Amante sends assassins to attack Mamako. Misato believes that Mamako is so powerful that an assassin should not be a problem, however. The assassin sent by Amante sells something to Mamako instead of attacking her. After Misato chases away the assassin, he discovers that what he was selling turns out to be a bomb. Luckily, Mamako uses seal magic to prevent the bomb from exploding. When members of the rebels fail to get the bomb to explode, they plant more in the city to threaten Mamako, indicating to detonate the bombs if Mamako doesn't follow their orders. These people originally came after Mamako, but were soon conquered by Mamako's charm. They just look very vicious in the game, but they are actually just a group of teenagers. Mamako persuades them to defuse all the bombs and for them to stop doing bad things and return to their mother. The next day, the mothers of the members of the rebel group visit Mamako together and give gifts as appreciation, and they are willing to help Mamako climb the tower. But after reaching the middle floor of the tower, the other mothers feel fatigued and stop there. They take out their food and have a picnic in the tower. A man sets the trap, waiting for Mamako for a long time, but only to find her picnic. Enraged, she offers to compete with Mamako in dishwashing after seeing that Mamako still has to prioritize washing the dishes. Amana wants to prove that she is better than any mother even when doing housework. In fact, Mamako has a water attribute artifact that allows her to easily wash away all the grease and dirt. Amante flees when she knows she's lost. Misato and Mamako then continue their way up, and they accidentally step on a trap that destroys their armor, which causes all their clothes to be destroyed. Mamako shows her perfect figure again, embarrassing Misato. At this time, Amanchi shows up and it seems like she also has stepped on the trap, causing her to be in her underclothes. Amante uses magic to turn the members of Rebel Group into beasts, and they all lose their minds. Mamako can easily defeat them, but their mothers are also on the scene, begging Mamako to show mercy. Mamako has no intention of attacking members of Rebel Group. She uses defense-boosting magic to arm her mothers and lets them help their children come to their senses. With Mamako's help, the mothers quickly subdue their children. They help their kids back to human form and regain their senses. When the members of the Rebel Group regain their sanity, they warn Misato's squad that Amante, after climbing to the top of the tower, plans to make a wish to make all the mothers disappear. Misato's squad must make it to the top of the tower as soon as possible to stop Amante. On the upper floors of the tower, the squad steps on traps set by Amante. These traps scatter all members and create illusions for other members. Misato encounters a phantom of Mamako. Luckily, Misato instantly sees through the phantom since he is very familiar with Mamako. The rest of the members also see their mother's phantom, but their mothers have already left another world. It is even less likely to get confused, so the squad makes it to the top, and there, they meet Amante again. This time, Amante attacks them directly. As the leader of the rebel group, Amante is very strong and she defeats Misato in an instant. Wise uses powerful magic to attack Amante, only to be defeated along with Medi by her magic. It turns out that Amante has the ability to bounce off all damage. Fortunately, Mamako is able to mentally attack Amante by reprimanding her. This mental attack is very unique. Amante can't bounce back the magic, so she immediately runs toward the top of the tower, wanting to be the first to speak out her wishes. The squad sees what Amante is thinking and catches up with Amante. Misato tries to say the wish first, leaving him no time to think. Misato wishes that he wants to eat eggs, and soon, Misato's wish comes true and he's given a carton of eggs. Furious, Amante doesn't dare to fight back but flees. She intends to turn to other leaders of the rebel groups. After this, Misato and others also learn that there are 4 leaders like Amante in the rebel groups. In order to completely defeat the rebels, they will continue to adventure until all the mothers and children in this world can make peace with each other. That's all for today, and if you enjoyed watching this video, consider like and subscribing for more like it. Thanks for watching.